Okay, Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Nahmaduhu wa nusalli ala rasulihil kareem. We were discussing the verse. So the last verse we discussed when Musa alayhi salam requested from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to see him then at Turi Sinai. So Allah ta'ala told him, no, you can't see me. Be happy with what we gave you, etc. And then the last part of the verse, Allah ta'ala says, um, وَأَمُرْ قَوْمَكَ يَأْخُذُوا بِأَحْسَنِهَا. Take this book and hold firm onto it. And you بِأَحْسَنِهَا, you must hold firm on it. سَأُرِيكُمْ دَارَ الْفَاسِقِينَ. Will show you the end result, the end abode of the disobedient people, etc. So we're going to do a new verse. Would I read a new verse, inshallah? Bismillah. Okay. Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. سأصرف عن آياتي الذين يتكبرون في الأرض بغير الحق وإن يروا كل آية لا يؤمنوا بها وإن يروا سبيل الرشد لا يتخذوه سبيلا وإن يروا سبيل الغي يتخذوا سبيلا ذلك بأنهم كذبوا بآياتنا وكانوا عنها غافلين. So Allah Ta'ala says now, I shall keep away my verses from those who show arrogance on the earth unduly without truth. That was those people who are arrogant, those people who don't want to submit. I will keep my verses away from them. And even if they see every sign, they do not believe it. Why? Because of the arrogance, Allah Ta'ala has sealed their hearts. Because of the arrogance, Allah Ta'ala has sealed their hearts. And even if they see every sign and believe in it, and if they see the path of guidance, they do not take it as their way. وَإِلَى يَرَوْا سَبِيلَ الرُّشْدِ لَا يَتَّخِذُوهُ سَبِيلًا. And if they see the path of misguidance, they do not take it as a way. This is because they have belied our signs and have been neglectful for them. So when you deny the signs of Allah Ta'ala seals your heart. What Allah Ta'ala does, He seals your heart. That's why some people you can see, no matter what advice you give them, what you tell them, they're just not interested. Same thing. سأصرف عن آياتي الذين يتكبرون في الأرض. So the verse 140 spoke of the arrogant people as showing arrogance unjustly. The word without truth or unjust indicates that assuming arrogance in response to the arrogant people is a justified act, since it's the act of arrogance in appearance and not in reality. It is a known dictum. التكبر مع المتكبرين تواضع. Showing arrogance to the arrogant is an act of humbleness. So the effect of, I told you here, the arrogance stopped them from accepting. As a result of that, Allah Ta'ala sealed their hearts. By saying, I shall keep away from my verses those who show arrogance, the verse implies that those people who have an offensive sense of superiority over others are deprived of knowledge and understanding, subhanAllah. So here, this verse is clear that when you are arrogant and you feel that you are too good, you are better, then you can't benefit, you can't learn from other people. They are rendered incapable of benefiting themselves from the signs of Allah Ta'ala. The term the signs of Allah Ta'ala may have a reference to the revealed verses. So Sa'asrifu an ayati alladhina, I will take my signs away from this arrogant people. The arrogant people, they won't benefit from me. And we know that for a fact in this dunya, people who are arrogant, they don't benefit from others. They are too haughty, they're too proud, right? So the term signs of Allah Ta'ala may have a reference to the revealed verses of the Torah. So it could refer to the Torah. My signs refer to the Torah, right? As well as to the signs inherent in all the things of the heavens. Oh, it could refer to the signs, when you see, what's it verse? They say, was it, يَتَفَكَّرُونَ فِي خَلَقِ السَّمَاوَاتِ وَالْأَرْضِ. The arrogant people, they see the signs, but they will not benefit from it, right? The term signs of Allah Ta'ala may have reference to the revealed source of the Torah, as well as to signs inherent in all the things of the heaven and the earth. The false sense of superiority is therefore the worst habit which keeps man away from deliberations in the signs of Allah Ta'ala and getting awareness of the truth. So here is interesting point. He say the greatest obstacle that stops a person from the truth, from benefiting from the truth, is his arrogance. Same thing if you look at in the time of Nabi sallallahu alayhi wasallam, it was the arrogance of the mushrikeen. It was the arrogance of the mushrikeen. We find said in Ruhul Bayan that arrogance is such a wicked habit as it raises a war between man and the knowledge from Allah Ta'ala, right? Since divine knowledge comes only through the mercy of Allah Ta'ala, divine knowledge comes through the mercy of Allah Ta'ala, and the mercy of Allah Ta'ala visits those who are humble. So when you are humble, that is when the mercy of Allah Ta'ala comes to you, right? The spiritual leader, Sheikh Rumi, says, water flows downwards towards the slope, and solution goes where difficulty appears. Subhanallah. This is interesting. Does water flow down or up? It flows down. So the water will benefit the low-lying areas. So if you keep yourself humble and you keep yourself low, what will happen? The mercy, which is water, is a mercy. It will come. It will benefit you. Right. So that was the one verse. Right. Then وَالَّذِينَ كَذَّبُوا بِآيَاتِنَا وَلِقَاءِ الْآخِرَةِ حَبِطَتْ أَعْمَالُهُمْ هَلْ يُجْزَوْنَ إِلَّا مَا كَانُوا يَعْمَلُونَ. And those who have belied our signs and the meeting of the year after, the deeds have gone to waste. So no matter, you remember, no matter how much good you do, but if you don't have the correct belief in place, it doesn't mean anything, right? In the Deen, in the light Islam, no matter how much good you do, and those who have belied our signs in the meaning of the after, the deeds have gone to waste. They will not be rewarded, but for that which they have been doing. Okay, so read the Arabic, inshallah. We can finish this quickly. Read the Arabic, Ismail. So translate, سأصرف, I will turn away an ayati from my signs, الذين يتكبرون في الأرض بغير, those that are arrogant in the earth بغير الحق, without any right. I will turn my signs away from them. In other words, they won't benefit from my signs. People who are proud, people who are arrogant, and even in this dunya, if a person makes a mistake and he comes to you and he says, look, I'm sorry, I made a mistake, please forgive me. When Adam when ربنا ظلمنا أنفسنا وإن لم تغفر لنا وترحمنا لنكونن من الخاسرين. But what Shaitan done when he said, أسجد لمن خلقت طينا, should I make sajda for something which you created from sand? So the same thing. سأصرف عن آياتي, I will turn away right from my signs, the ones that are proud in the land, بغير الحق, without any right. Carry on. على عظمتي وسبحان الله. سأمنع منع, I will prevent, I will stop, سأمنع فهم الحجج. Right? Understanding al-hujaj, the plural of hujaj, al-hujaj, the proofs, right? Wal adillati, and also the evidence, adalati, that indicate upon my greatness, was shari'ati. So those people who are proud and arrogant, Allah Ta'ala will create a hijab. Allah Ta'ala will create an obstacle. They will not see, they will not realize the greatness of Allah Ta'ala. Carry on. I will turn qulubul mutakabbir, I will turn the hearts of the arrogant people away from my obedience. So just make a note of this here. One day, maybe, inshallah, I told you, you must have a book and you write, you're going to give a bayan on humility. You're going to give a bayan on humility. You're going to give a bayan on uh, the harms of arrogance, the harms of pride. There's a nice eyes. The asrifu. And the ladies that's doing the talim, the appas is giving talim. There's a nice verse today when I speak about humility. Man tawadha anillah rafa Allah. Inna Allah la yuhibbul mutakabbirin, etc. etc. So make a note of this verse. You can use it in your bayan when you give your bayan. Or on, right, when you give a bayan on humility, the virtue of humility, and the abomination of arrogance, right? So qulub al mutakabbirin an ta'ati, and I will turn the hearts of the arrogant an ta'ati, away from my obedience. Carry on. Yeah. وَيَتَكَبَّرُونَ عَلَى النَّاسِ بِغَيْرِ حَقٍّ. And the ones who are proud upon the people without any right. Once you still got some type of, virtue in you, and based on that virtue, you are showing arrogance. Here you got no virtue. That means it is pure shararat. It's pure mischief in you, right? Right. كما استكبروا بغير حق. Right. كما استكبروا بغير حق أذلهم بالجهل. Like how they became proud without any right. Allah Ta'ala disgraced them with ignorance. So interesting. The punishment for becoming proud and arrogant without any right. What is the punishment for? أذلهم بالجهل. Allah Ta'ala will disgrace them. So pride person, arrogant person, his reward is what? Ignorance. He's too proud to learn. He's too right. Carry on. Yeah, it's like how Allah Ta'ala says in another verse. So you make note of these verses, you benefit. You right. وَنُقَلِّبُ أَفْئِدَتَهُمْ وَأَبْصَارَهُمْ كَمَا لَمْ يُؤْمِنُوا بِهِ أَوَلًا. And we will turn their hearts. أَفْئِدَة جمع فؤاد, right? And أبصار, we will turn their hearts and their sights, the gaze, right? كَمَا لَمْ يُؤْمِنُوا بِهِ, like how they did not believe in the first instance. So there you learn something very, very important from this hadith. Like how we say, disobedience begets disobedience. When you are proud, you are arrogant, you are haughty, then you will be deprived, right? But when you are open, you want to learn, Allah Ta'ala will open the doors for you as well, right? Carry on. Yeah. قال تعالى فلما زاغوا أزاغ. When they opted for misguidance, Allah Ta'ala misguided them. Same thing that, Ismail, you will remember we done this in detail in the beginning of Mishkat Sharif, the chapter of Qadr, that we say man has got a choice. Man is Allah Ta'ala's khaliqul af'al. Man is kasibul af'al. When a person initiates good, then Allah Ta'ala opens the road for him. Allah Ta'ala prompts it for him. Allah Ta'ala opens it and allows it and facilitates it. But initiative must come from a person, right? Same thing. فَلَمَّا زَاغُوا أَزَاغَ اللَّهُ قُلُوبَهُم. Carry on. Yeah. So وقال بعض لا ينال علم حي ولا مستكبر. The statement of some of the pious elders that an overly shy person and a proud person will not acquire knowledge. Because some you don't understand something, the ustad is explaining something, it's not clear to you, you feel too shy to ask. You feel too shy to ask. You shouldn't feel shy for knowledge. ولا مستكبر. Oh, and then the proud person, no, if I ask this question, people will think I don't know anything. People will think I'm stupid. People will think I'm stupid. So you're too proud. You don't know make izhar of your jahal. So both. Remember, وَجَعَلْنَاكُمْ أُمَّةً وَسَطًا. You are the moderate ummah. وَخَيْرُ الْأُمُورِ أَوْسَطُهَا. The best of things is the middle part. So you can't feel so shy that no, what will the people say? And so arrogant, people will think I'm stupid if I ask this question. Right, carry on. Yeah. من لم يصبر على ذل التعلم ساعة بقي في ذل الجهل. Subhanallah, what a beautiful statement. That person does not make sabr upon let's say the disgrace of knowledge for a moment, he will remain in ignorance forever. So just before we go for explain it, what I mean is normally when you ask somebody something, you are making izhar of your jahal. When you ask Maaf, I want to ask you something, what is this masla? Or Maaf, I want to ask you, what is this? So those two to you are making izhar of your jahal. What you're making? You're making izhar of your lack of knowledge. So normally, naturally, inside don't want to make show any weakness. You always try to show strongness, right? So now when a person makes sabr to show his weakness, right? He makes sabr upon that, then he will benefit with the knowledge. But if he's not prepared to make that sabr of showing his weakness, he's not prepared to make it, then he will remain in perpetual ignorance. That's what he's saying. So it is better to tolerate that small moment of humility, or it is better to tolerate that small moment of maybe not disgrace. I won't say disgrace, but you say humility rather. It's better to tolerate the small moment of disgrace. Maaf, I don't understand what you're saying. Ustad, maaf, I don't understand. Explain to me again. What are you saying? So it is that humility. It is better to tolerate the small moment of humility than to remain in disgrace for your whole life. That's what he's saying. It's a nice statement, even this year, for a bayan. If I was you, I'd make a note of it. I told you, Mufti Taqi Uthmani, he had a book. He should keep it next to him from his student days. Anything interesting, he should write it down. Write it down. Even now, till today, when he's making his mutala, he write it down. He got a book called Tarashe. All the interesting things he wrote today. So this is that interesting. Man lam yasbir ala dhilli ta'allumi. That person who does not make sabr upon the, you can say, the disgrace of learning. سعد فمن بقي في ذل الجهل أبدا, he will remain in the disgrace of ignorance forever. So rather a moment of humility than perpetual and eternal disgrace. Carry on. Yeah. So the same verse. سأصرف عن آياتي الذين يتكبرون في الأرض بغير. I will turn him away. This is his expression. Anza'a anhum. Allah Ta'ala, because of the arrogance, because of the pride, because of the haughtiness, anza'a anhum. He turned away from them. Fahm al-Qur'ani, the understanding of the Quran. Wa asrafahum an ayati, and he sorry, unzi'u anhum. I will turn them away from the understanding of the Quran. Wa usrifuhum an ayati. I will turn them away from my signs. Right? So we see from this verse, you learn that the biggest obstacle is what? It is pride and arrogance. Stop the inshallah, same link for the Mishkat. Yes. Bas, subhanallah.